think Jade Cargill versus Naomi at WrestleMania is just another match on the card? You're dead wrong. We're going to peel back the layers and expose the real story behind this clash. This isn't just about two women stepping into the ring. It's about power, respect, and the future of the entire women's division. We're going to dive deep into the backstage drama, some interesting shifts behind the scenes, and what this match could mean for both stars. Forget what you think you know, because we're going to show you why Jade Cargill versus Naomi is way bigger than you ever imagined. And I also have a pretty bold prediction about this match that's going to either piss you off or it's going to be like, yeah, he got it right. Get into it, y'all. Because Jade Cargill versus Naomi, it was officially made on the April 4th episode of SmackDown. Now, keep in mind that this feud goes back multiple months. I'm talking about November, right? Jade Cargill, she was mysteriously attacked in a backstage angle where she was laid down on top of a car. And everyone's like, well, who done it? And WWE's like, you know what? We haven't figured that out yet, but just hold on to your popcorn. We'll get around to that. Multiple months later, they finally did. Jade Cargill, she came back at the Elimination Chamber in March. It looked like she was going to go out there and absolutely destroy Liv Morgan, but instead she put her sights set on Naomi. She viciously attacked her, costing her the Elimination Chamber. And since then, the two stars have gone back and forth with most weeks, Jade Cargill getting the upper hand on Naomi. One week, one person lays out the other, and vice versa. Now, April 4th, WWE SmackDown GM made the match official because, well, things got physical. Naomi went over B-Fab in a singles competition on Friday's SmackDown and then attempted to call out Jade Cargill for a confrontation. But Jade Cargill, she was one step further ahead of Naomi. Why? Because Jade Cargill attacked the unexpected star, and the two got into a brawl. They had to be pulled apart, and then all this made the match official for WrestleMania. Keep in mind that it was Naomi who was a mystery attacker, and Jade Cargill, well, she lost multiple months of her career. She lost the championship, the women's tag team championships with Bianca Belair. She missed multiple months of her career. It was a bad time for Jade, right? It was a bad time. Naomi, she elevated herself. She became a champion. She was in the main event scene, and she was a champion. So why not? Like, it was well worth it. Now, here's why this match is way bigger than you think. I need to preference this by stating that this is the first non-titles women's singles match at WrestleMania since 2006. Think about that. The match between the two former stars will mark the first time since 2006 that a non-title women's singles match will take place at WrestleMania. It will also mark the very first time in the event's history that a non-title, non-stipulation women's singles match will take place at the event. When was the last time that this actually occurred? Well, I'm about to tell you. Let's take it back to 2006. I was in the 6th grade at WrestleMania 22 when Tori Wilson took on Candice Michelle in a Playboy pillow fight. Hall of Famers, by the way. Now, before WrestleMania 22, the last non-titles women's match occurred at WrestleMania 16. It was a cat fight between Terry Runnels and the Cat. Thank goodness we are far away from those types of matches. Now, Jade Cargill and Naomi is a long way from cat fights and pillow fights. It's also one of the most anticipated matches WWE is presenting on this card. So not only from a storyline standpoint for Jade, for Naomi, is this mega, this is big, and I'll get into that more in a minute. That stat, since 2006, we have not gotten this. And they're going to do it with Jade Cargill, who has been pushed to the moon ever since signing with WWE in the fall of 2023, and Naomi, who they are finally getting around to and pushing this woman as the star that we all know and love and expect and see and believe in. Keep in mind that these two stars literally made their return to the squared circle in WWE on the exact same night in the exact same match. Right? Royal Rumble 2024, Naomi made her return after a year-long hiatus from WWE, going to TNA, being a huge star for them. Jade Cargill obviously coming over from AEW, making a big splash. Naomi, yes, she was paired with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Yes, she had some title matches here and there. Yes, she was used on television every week, but she wasn't a serious threat. No one saw her as a big star. No one saw her as a champion. Jade Cargill, on the other hand, was a big star, was heavily pushed, heavily featured, and a two-time women's tag team champions with, oh, by the way, one of the more popular stars that WWE even has under contract in Bianca Belair. Yeah, two different roads. And I know everyone and their dog expects Jade to go in there and beat Naomi in this match. But just look, hey, not to interrupt this video, but quickly, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, comment down below. Your support means the world to me and my family. Thank you guys for watching. Let's go back to the regular scheduled video. And it just doesn't smell, it doesn't pass the smell test for me. Think about this for a minute. Jade Cargill, she has been getting the upper hand on television against Naomi as a babyface. This is also a regular match as a recording of this video, right? They could add a step, but right now it's the non-gimmick match. It's a singles match with a grudge storyline. Okay, this is a grudge rivalry, a grudge feud. Kind of weird, but all right. You also have a situation where Naomi is doing the best character work of her entire career, in my opinion. She's doing amazing work right now, and I think WWE sees that. And I think they're going to reward her with that. They gave her this storyline for a reason. They booked this match at Mania for a reason. And so you take into account a babyface getting the upper hand most times on television, and it's not a stipulation type match. That tells me that we're going to be getting a rematch, whether it's Backlash in St. Louis, a later date, I don't know, don't really care, but we're going to get one. If we're going to get one, then you best believe that WWE is not going to have Jade Cargill, the babyface in this situation, go over the heel in their first match, because then why would we have a rematch? No, 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 no. So I believe that WWE is building towards a Jade Cargill Naomi rematch, whether it is at Backlash or whatever, and then they will have a stipulation. They'll have a gimmick, unsanctioned, hardcore, ladder, steel cage, whatever, right? Whatever type of gimmick, whatever type of match stipulation you want to throw on there, add it, have fun with that, right? That is what I think we're doing. I think Naomi's going Jade. I think she's going to go over Naomi because they have to get to the rematch. And I think that's the right call. It gives a little bit of sympathy to Jade, who doesn't have a lot of sympathy right now after just beating this woman, multiple times and senseless. And it gives Naomi more heat. It gives her more credibility, and it gives the fans a reason to be like, oh, okay, so they're just not going to push Jade no matter what. Like they're actually going to give people a fair shot. That's what I like about this feud. That's what I like about this angle. That's what I like about the possibility going into Mania. If you can make the fans believe, hey, this is a fair fight, and Naomi actually might get the upper hand. Like you have these fan bases that are either pro Jade or, very critical of Jade. And so if you can make them believe, hey, Jade's not going to win every single match, I like Naomi's odds, right? And I think it's smart if Naomi goes in there and wins and beats Jade Cargill. I really, really do. And so if they can do, hey, you thought we were done here. No, no, no. One quick thing. If you would, let me know your thoughts on this video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What I get wrong? What I get right? I'd love to hear your voice down below. Thanks for watching, y'all.